So day 2, the Bushfire Building Expo, is an opportunity for the community to come and see what's involved in terms of building in a bushfire prone area. So we have on display windows, gutter systems, different types of roofing, the different types of decking, the whole gamut that's involved around building a bushfire resilient house is represented here. And alongside that, we have the community information sessions, which are covering off on all of those critical topics that people really need to be aware of. So the insurance, their bushfire risk, what kind of bushfire attack level might their house be situated in. And we've seen such tremendous response to those information sessions. The community is very hungry for information around what it is to live in a bushfire prone area.
So, following the 2013 fires in the Blue Mountains as well as other parts of New South Wales, the research told us that people living in these areas were aware that they're at risk. One of the things though they didn't do is actually turn that awareness into action. So one of our missions now is to try and say, we know you're at risk, but what we need you to do is actually now take action. Have a bushfire survival plan, and most importantly, talk to your family about what you're going to do if fire threatens your home. It could be a decision that really protects your life or your family's life in future, so don't put it off, make sure you do it before the fire season. The other thing to make sure is that you have insurance and that insurance is adequate. So one of the big things people do is tend to underinsure. They don't really consider what is an appropriate insurance amount and what is covered by their policy. So as part of your bushfire survival plan, make sure you obviously check your insurance policy, talk to your insurer and make sure that it's an appropriate policy for your home and it has the right coverage. And of course, part of having a bushfire survival plan is securing all your important documents, and your insurance policy is obviously one of those, so you've got it readily if you ever need it in the event of a fire occurring.
Certainly when you're buying insurance, there's a very clear relationship between the customer and the insurer, and that's something that we take very seriously at GIO. But I think also important to realise that the way that insurers look at risk is in a financial sense, because we do really want people to think about risk in a holistic fashion in their house, and it's very difficult for us as insurers to do that remotely and at scale. So we really have to look at risk just in a financial sense. It has 3 steps, which is understand your bushfire risk and refers people to RFS to understand their fire risk, understand what your sum insured should be, and the third one, which is just to call us, which is part of the challenge. And it is quite important that people pick up the phone and have a chat to us about their insurance risks. We're always looking for new ways that we can offer you a price that reflects your levels of risk. It is quite complex, we're not quite there yet, particularly in bushfire, because it is something that happens a little infrequently, so we don't really have the experience that we need to do the maths accurately. But as we get smarter and smarter around how we do that maths, we can start to offer those premium incentives for people to engage in bushfire prevention and get the double kicker benefit of a safer home and cheaper insurance.
When I arrived, I hadn't even parked the car and I was surrounded by a number of our RFS members telling me that it was such a fantastic day, and that's been echoed by many people in the community as I've wandered around. It's really important that we showcase what Blue Mountains can do and what we know.
Fire Protection Association is really proud to be a supporter of the BMEE Bushfire Building Expo and Conference. I think the conference yesterday and the expo today certainly filled a niche and an area that's desperately needed in Australia, and I certainly commend the organisers for the quality of the speakers, the detail in marketing, and certainly the response both yesterday and today is fantastic. And it's definitely, I say, it's filled that niche, and it's definitely an area that we need to talk more about in terms of building in bushfire-prone areas. So, congratulations to the organisers. It's been a great event.
This is the first time we've done this expo in the format that we're seeing today, and the community response has been absolutely awesome. What we have is a collaboration between the Blue Mountains economic enterprise, the Rural Fire Service, insurance agencies, and of course the Blue Mountain City Council. I'm really proud of the result. I'm seeing members of my community downstairs and indeed outside my community getting an enormous amount out of the great and well-organised event that we have happening here today. This won't be the last time. I think this sets a benchmark for next time. But when you live somewhere like this, where bushfires of great intensity unfortunately are a part of life, events like this are desperately needed. And I have to congratulate the Blue Mountains Economic Enterprise and all of those who organised it. I'm really, really thrilled.